Welcome in to this edition of Great City Attractions. Today we tour the capital of Denmark. These are the great city attractions of Copenhagen. Nyhavn, a most popular spot to congregate and take in the views in the wonderful city of Copenhagen. This spectacular waterfront is noted for its 17th and 18th century townhouses and numerous cafes, bars and restaurants, with the famous canal and surrounds taking shape at the will of a Danish king. Now a fully pedestrianised area, tourists can take in a former residence of Hans Christian Andersen or hop on board one of the historic boats that once again calls this area home. Rosenborg Castle, somewhat of a vanity project for Christian IV of Denmark and Norway. Rosenborg Castle first functioned as a summer house, with construction completed in the early 17th century. The interior of the castle includes the Knight's Hall and royal reception rooms, with the royal collections, artefacts once belonging to nobility and aristocracy, among the exhibits to be seen. The Danish crown jewels and coronation carpet are also housed on the grounds. Christiansborg Palace, the seat of the Danish Parliament and Supreme Court of Denmark. This is one of the most popular tourist sites in all of Copenhagen, with the Danish monarchy also using the building for official functions. A number of castles have stood on the site dating back to the 12th century. Much of what people see today was constructed in the early 20th century, with the palace chapel, riding grounds and theatre among the most prominent parts of the complex. Amalienborg Square. If you've caught a glimpse of royalty while in Copenhagen, then it might well have taken place here at Amalienborg Square. This is the official residence of the Danish Royal Family, with 4 classical facades or mansions positioned around the interior courtyard. Royal lifeguards protect the palace while the changing of the guard ceremony is watched by many at midday. A large statue of King Frederiks V is central to the square. Kastellet. Known for its grand level of preservation to this day, Kastellet is a defensive fortification or citadel. The walls here used to cover most of the city, although limited signs of such a vast network of defences are seen today. Designs of initial works took place in the late 17th century. Any walk around the site today will take in the King's and Norway gates, along with a number of strong points or bastions. Barracks buildings, a commander's house and storehouses are additional points of interest inside the walls. If you're enjoying this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel below. Little Mermaid. Close to the aforementioned Kastellet, you'll find one of the most recognisable attractions of Copenhagen, the Little Mermaid. Unveiled in 1913, the little sculpture became an instant hit and attracts large crowds. Edvard Eriksson is the man responsible for the bronze, with a local ballerina used as the model for the statue. Unfortunately, the statue has become something of a target for both vandals and human rights activists in its recent history. The statue has played a strictly non-speaking role in many feature films. Frederiks Church, also known as the Marble Church, this evangelical Lutheran church is one of the most prominent religious buildings in the city of Copenhagen. Completed over a period of around 150 years, the church is known for its large dome, the largest in all of Scandinavia. Statues of notable philosophers and theologians are placed around the exterior of the building. City Hall Square, a famous central square of Copenhagen. It's here that you'll find the City Hall, along with the headquarters for the national daily newspaper. There's also the main building for Danish industries. The Gefion Fountain, a weather-predicting sculpture of a girl on a bicycle, and a statue of Hans Christian Andersen can also be found within the City Hall Square. Gefion Fountain. This striking fountain took shape at the end of the 19th century, with the main theme portraying a team of oxen pulling a plough being driven by a Norse goddess. The scene portrays the story of how the island Copenhagen now resides on came to be, with a legendary tale dating back to the 9th century. The fountain has been met with praise for its large scope and emotive looks. Freetown Christiania. one of the most popular places and tourist attractions of Copenhagen. This commune and place of community has its roots in the 1970s, while it's also become infamous for its liberal stance on the sale and smoking of cannabis. Around 1,000 people call the site home, with one of the major features of the site being the remains of the city ramparts originally set out in the 1700s. Museums of Copenhagen. There's plenty of great museums to visit in Copenhagen. Among the ones you'll want to see are the Museum of Copenhagen, the War Museum with its large collection of weapons, and the Museum of Danish Resistance. That concludes this edition of Great City Attractions. Subscribe to the channel below. What's your favourite place to visit in Copenhagen? Comment below.